Right, thank you everyone. My name's Matthew Turner, I'm chair of the Labour Campaign for Human Rights. I did speak to Clive Lewis and Catherine West before this to try and get them to come, but they, again, sent messages of support. They're in Parliament late tonight and have parliamentary business, but send their solidarity. And Catherine West in particular is very happy to raise any parliamentary questions we have if we keep in touch with her. So I'm here to bring three messages, really, on behalf of the Labour Campaign for Human Rights. The first is, in a sense, to say sorry. I'm sorry that it's taken so long for us to come to these protests, but I'm pleased that I'm here today and a few others from our campaign are here today. I'm also sorry it took so long, ultimately, for Labour to speak out properly on this issue, but again was very pleased that this is something that has now been taken very seriously by Labour, and Jeremy Corbyn raised the issue in his reply to the Queen's speech back in October. I'm also sorry that it's taken so long for the world's media to really properly report on what's been happening in Xinjiang. These events have been going on since 2017, but really it seems to me there's only been much reporting on it since 2018 and more in the last year. But it does seem now finally the world is waking up to what's going on. So that's the first message of apology. The second message is one of solidarity. I want to say that we, the Labour Campaign for Human Rights, and indeed the wider Labour Party, are standing with the Uyghurs against these terrible abuses. It's such a shame that we don't now have a Labour government, because a Labour government would put human rights, at least with the composition we have now, would put human rights at the heart of foreign policy. And I'm hopeful and optimistic that we will see another Labour government within the next 5 years, and a future Labour government that would not forget or ignore abuses like this. And while in opposition over the next 4 years or so, I hope that Labour will continue to raise these issues in Parliament and put pressure on the government to do everything the British government can do to end these abuses. So that's the second message, the message of solidarity. And now the third message I want to give is one of hope. We've seen this kind of persecution before. Persecution of people based on their ethnicity. Persecution of people based on their religion. Persecution through the use of internment camps, and persecution on a mass and industrial scale. We saw it all before in the 1930s and the 1940s, and that brought shame on a country that still hasn't been washed away 70 years later. And this is how history will look on what China is doing now. Because the moral compass of humanity doesn't change that much over time. And people can see what is happening in China is wrong, and they can feel it in their hearts, and they understand in their minds it's wrong. It's not how humans treat each other. These are egregious human rights abuses. And that is why events like this and people coming here today is so important. Because as much as the Chinese state may spy on their own citizens, well, by coming here today and standing in front of the embassy, we're sending a message to China that our eyes and the world's eyes are on China. And we see what's happening. So the message from LCHR to the Chinese state is that we see you, and we see what you are doing in Xinjiang to the Uyghur people. And our message to the Uyghur people is that we see you, and we see what is happening to you, and we stand with you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.